All right, guys. So what we're going to be doing for Thursday, we are actually going to be going over your ELA, how to turn in your writing now, because I know a lot of you guys are actually done. Your math, we're going to do 8-2 today. And then we're actually in this video. So right now during math time, we're also going to be going over your science and turning in your quiz. All right. So we are not going to return at 12:45 because we're going to do it now. And if I am going too fast, what you guys can do is after we end this video, you guys can go to YouTube, watch this video, and then pause it whenever you guys need some more time finishing something. All right. So the first thing I'm going to go over is your ELA. So in Connect Ed, okay, you guys had your writing test, right? Now, you guys are going to notice that when you turn it in, it's going to give you a 0%. Do not worry about that. Don't worry about the 0%. That doesn't mean you got a bad score. It's because for your writing, I have to score it. I have to manually go in there and I have to score it for you. So even though it says 0%, that's not your score. So don't worry about that. All right. Don't forget, for your writing, you need to have characters, settings, and events. Here we see that the student wrote like 2 paragraphs. You need to tell us what's going on. You need to tell us how either an animal can help you or how you helped an animal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this rubric right here. So if you want to look at this rubric, it's pretty much the same thing as what we talked about on, I believe, on Tuesday. So, and so it might be kind of confusing for you guys. So don't worry about your scores here. Just really focus right here. Was your story well organized? Did you have an introduction and a conclusion? Did you use details from both sources? Did you develop your ideas fully? Did you use clear language so it's easy to understand your writing? Did you follow the rules of writing? Like, did you use correct spelling? Did you use correct punctuation? And did you have the right grammar? Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll look at that. I'll look at your purpose and your organization, and I'll give you a score. I'll look at your development and your elaboration, your explanation of it, and give you a score. And then I'm going to look at your convention skills, which is going to be your spelling, your capitalization, your punctuation, and your grammar. Then I'll give you a score. After I do that, you're going to see your full score here, and then you'll see your percentage here. So don't worry that right after you take your writing test, it gives you a 0%. It's only because I have to go in and manually score it because it's something I have to actually read. It's not just multiple choice. All right. So that is your writing test. Okay. Now, if you are done with your writing test, you are more than welcome to turn it in. You don't need to wait until tomorrow to turn it in. So once you're done with writing, you can just go ahead and submit. Okay. Finish and turn it. Okay. Next, we're going to go over math. And then after we go over math, we're actually going to go over science in this video as well. So if you just need extra time in science, when you're watching this on YouTube, you can just skip through the beginning part of it and then just play it from the science, whatever you guys need. All right. So let's go to math 8-2. What you guys are going to do is you're going to go to Google Classroom, click on the waffle, scroll all the way down, and I don't have it here, but you guys are going to go to Savvas EasyBridge. Savvas EasyBridge. Once you guys get to Savvas EasyBridge, make sure you guys click on that link that brings you to this page. We're going to click on our frog today. And today you guys are doing 8-2, I believe. So let's go ahead and watch that video.
"28 plus 7 equals..." How many tens are shown in the tens column of the first model? 2 tens are shown. How are the models in the first work mat similar to the numbers in the second work mat? Both the models and the numbers show 28 and 7. Add the ones. 8 ones plus 7 ones equals 15 ones. You need to regroup. Why do you need to regroup 15 ones? You need to regroup if there are 10 or more ones. There are more than 10 ones. Regroup 15 ones as 1 10 and 5 ones. Look at the dotted numbers. Let's talk about what happened to the models in the two-digit addition frame. How do the connecting cubes in the two-digit addition frame show the sum? 10 ones were regrouped as 1 10 and moved to the tens column. 5 cubes stayed in the ones column. The dotted 1 shows the 1 10 that was made from 10 ones. The dotted 5 shows the 5 extra ones after the regrouping. Add the tens. Look at the second two-digit addition frame. Why is the sum of the tens column equal to 3? You add the 1 regrouped 10 and the 2 tens in the first addend. That's 3 tens in all. Do the cubes show the same number as the sum in the second two-digit addition frame? Yes, they both show the same number. How do you know? They both show 3 tens and 5 ones. The cubes in the model show 35. 35 is the sum shown in the second two-digit addition frame. So 28 plus 7 equals 35.
So this is a review of what we did yesterday, but now instead of just looking at the models, we're actually showing you those number sentences as well. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to just show you guys your quick check. So if you guys have questions on your reteaching or your practice, you're definitely free to ask me after class or after we're done with our video, I should say, because we'll probably be done with our video before class is over. But because it's the same skill and you guys did really good yesterday with it, I just want to make sure, and a lot of you guys did really well on your quick check. We're just going to take your digital quick check now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all those connecting cubes to help you guys out. All right. So first one, it says 38 plus 7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use that Unifix cubes from yesterday. So I'm going to go to Miss Park's website. I'm going to go to online resources. I'm going to go to math manipulatives. So remember, if you want to find these sites, you can just on YouTube, you can just pause it. And then as I'm going through and telling you guys where to click, you can take your time finding those places. If you're in class right now, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. All right, make sure you guys are staying on task, all right? So here we've got our Unifix cubes. So 38 plus 7. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make 38. So in our tens place, we need the 3 because 38, the 3 is in the tens place. So we need 30 in the tens place. And then we're going to put 8 in the ones place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make those red. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's my first group of 10. I need to make 2 more groups of 10 because I need to get to 30. 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's my next group of 30. I'm sorry, my next group of 10. So now there's 2 10s, which makes 20. Now I'm going to make my third group of 10, which is going to get us to 30. Now, once I have made my 3 10s rods, we call these rods because they look like little like metal rods. Then we're going to make, a, let's see, an 8 because the first number is 38. So imagine it as like you have $38. It's your birthday and you collect $38 from your family. Okay, so we have 38 now. Now, your friend, it gives you an additional $7. So you had $38 and now you're about to get $7 more from your friend. $3, $4, $5, $6, $7. Oops. So now you have, now you have $7, right? Or you added $7. Now we want to know how much total you have. So we're going to add up what is 38 plus 7. So first we're going to see, can we regroup? Can we regroup? So I'm just going to count. And in order to regroup, you need to have a group of 10. So what I'm going to do is I am going to count to see if I can get to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have enough to get to 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, I'm going to make my next 10 rod because I can regroup these. We can have all of these cubes, these Unifix cubes, join the 10s club. Not all of them, but 10 of them can. So we're going to start with the red ones. And then we're going to add the new money that we just got. So we had 8, 9, 10. So we just made ourselves another 10s rod. So we just regrouped. So we went from having 3 10s and now we have 4 10s. All right. Now, what is our leftover? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 left over. So our final answer is 45. And if you look here, it's going to say that right here. Now, how do we know that the answer is 45? Now I'm going to show it to you as a number sentence. So we have 38 plus 7, right? Now what we did was we regrouped, we added 8 plus 7, and we regrouped, and we were able to add another 10 to the 10s place. We added 1 more to the 10s place. By adding 1 more, we actually got 4 10s. And then the leftover that we had in our Unifix cubes was 5. Now, my rule for number sentences is always start with the ones place. The reason why is because if you don't start with the ones place, sometimes you'll add incorrectly. So I'm just showing you how that model worked, but now I'm going to show you guys kind of like the correct way to do it. Okay, so what you're going to do is when you're just using the numbers problem, you're not using the word problem. What you're going to do is you're going to add up the two numbers in the ones place. 8 plus 7. Now, if you cannot do that, you can count with your Unifix cubes. So we had 8, and then we had 8 reds and 7 ones. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we had 15, and that's more than 10. So because the number of 15, let's look at it. 15, the 1 is in the 10s place, and then the 5 is in the ones place. So we can't put 15 here, because if we put 15 here and then 3 here, 38 plus 7 doesn't equal $315. That's crazy. So that can't be right. So what we need to do is we need to regroup that 1 And we need to put it in the tens place. We need to put it with the right people. It's right club. And then that 5 will end up here because we still will have 5 left over in the ones place. And then 1 plus 3 will give you 4. Okay, if that was hard, don't worry. We have 4 more questions. We're going to go over each of those. All right. Okay, next one. Question number 2.
Use connecting cubes and a work mat. Add.
So now we have 24 plus 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. We have 24. I'm just going to separate these. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So we have 24, 2 10s and 4 1s plus 9 ones. And I'm going to pick 9 yellow ones. So we already put 5 here from the other question. So I'm just going to add on 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we have 24 plus 9. Now, all of these ones are all separated, right? We have 1, and then so let's go ahead and let's actually add them up and see how many ones we have first. So this is the same thing. 24 plus 9 is the same thing as 24 plus 9. So let's add up the 4 and the 9 first, because we always want to add up the ones place. So if you can't add up 4 plus 9, you should memorize it, because that's called a basic math fact, like the BTBF that we do every day. But if you don't, let's just count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I counted up all the ones and I got the number 13. Oops. So here we have 24 plus 9. I added up all my ones first. Imagine like you added up all your dollar bills first. I had $13 bills. So if I know that I have $13 bills, the 1 in the tens place needs to be moved. They need to grow up and become a 10. They need to go to the tens place. But we still have some ones left over. These people can't grow up yet because there's not enough of them. So the 3 is just going to go down here. But the 1 is going to be added to the tens place to be added with the tens later. So that is called regrouping. When you add a 1 on the top of the next place value, that's called regrouping. So let's go ahead and show that visually in our model. So we regrouped to 10 because 4 plus 9 equals 13. So we don't need, oh, why is this not working? There we go. So we have 4, and then we're going to add up some more of these yellow ones. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just made another 10, right? So that extra 10 is what went up here. And then how many left over do we have? We have 3 of these yellow ones. So now we're going to add up the tens. What is 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 equals 3. And if you look at the Unifix cubes, we had 1 extra that we brought in, and then we had the 2 from earlier, which is why we have 3 tens. And then 3 tens equals 30 plus 3 ones is what gives you 33. So your answer is 33. Okay, next one.
Use connecting cubes and a work mat. Add.
So we have 46 plus 5. So I'm going to actually separate this. Oops. So we need 46. So we have 2 tens completed. I'm going to make another 10 with what we had left over from the last problem. So now we have 3 10s, but how many 10s do we need? We need 4 of them. So I'm going to make a 4th 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now we have 40 and we need 6 more. We need 6 more red ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we have 46. And then how many more do we need to add on? 5 more. So I'm going to get 5 yellow ones. So we already have 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have 46. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Plus 5. Now, what's the first thing you need to do? We need to add up the ones to see if we need to regroup. So let's add up 6 plus 5 and see if it gets us to a number 10 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, we can regroup. We can regroup because there are 10. And then if we add on, let's just add all the ones. 6 plus 5, we have 10. And then we have 1 more here, which is 11. So we have 6 plus 5, which equals 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to write it down. 46 plus 5. And we know that 6 plus 5 equals 11. So the 10 goes in the 10s place. The 110 goes in the 10s place. And then the leftover 1 from the 1s place goes here. Because that, if you look at those two numbers together, that makes 11. Okay. So we have 46 plus 5. And then let's do that in our model. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we just made our next 10s rod. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. And then we have 1 left over. So what is our answer? 51. Okay, 2 more questions.
Use connecting cubes and a work mat.
So we
Add.
have 63 plus 2. Now, same thing. Let's use our connecting cube. So 63, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to use all red so that I don't get you guys confused. 6, 7, 8, or no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 10 rods, which is equal to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, but we need 60. So I'm going to make 1 more 10 rod. Okay, now we've got 60, 6 10s, and we need 3 red ones and 2 yellow ones. So 3 reds and then 2 yellows. All right, so here we go. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna count all the ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, do we have enough to make a 10? No, we don't. So if we don't have enough to make a 10, can you regroup? No, you can't. So 3 plus 2 would just equal 5. And then, well, there's no number here to add up. So what happens to 6? It's nothing. You just add 6 to nothing. What's 6 plus 0? If you add nothing to it, it just stays the same. So then your new number now is 65. Imagine you have $63 and you get $2 extra, you just add on 64, 65. So your answer would be B. All right, last question, guys, and then we're gonna move on to science right now.
Use connecting cubes and a work mat. Add.
So we have 27 plus 5. So I'm gonna get rid of this one because we only need 2 10 rods. Okay, so here's 2 10 rods, and we need 7 reds and 5 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need 5 yellows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are we going to do? The first step is you need to add up the ones. 7 plus 5. So let's see how many there are all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 ones all together. We've got 12 ones all together. So what you're going to do is you are going to add up 7 plus 5 in your number sentence. 7 plus 5 equals 12. So then the 10 goes in the ones place. The 1 goes in the 1 in 12 goes in the tens place because it's equal to a 10. And then the 2 is what we have left over. So let's do that and show that in our model. So 7 plus 5, we had 12 total. And of the 12, we can change one of those 10s to go to the next place value. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have 2 extra. So then we know that if it's 2 extra, the 2 will be in the ones place. How many 10s do you see now? 1, 2, 3. I see 3 10s. So 1 plus 2 must equal 3. And our final answer would then be 32. All right. Like we got 100%. That's all you need to do if you want to work on your reteaching and your practice or your 5 minutes of BTBF, then you guys are going to do that after science, okay? Because right now what we're going to do is we are going to go on to your science, which is going to be reviewing and turning in your quiz for Unit 2 module Describe Materials, Lesson 2 Test and Analyze Materials, all right? So I need everybody to get to their science now. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be creating 3 questions for you guys. We're going to be looking at different choices, and then you guys are going to choose the best one. So the first question we're going to put is, you are creating a bridge for cars and trucks to drive on. What material would be best? So let's make some of our options like cotton. Let's make glass. Let's use paper. And then let's use concrete. Now, some of the materials here might feel very similar. For example, like these are all hard materials. None of them are gas or liquids. Oh, I don't know what I just did. You might say, well, I know that paper is a weak material. So it's going to have to be something a little bit sturdier. I know that cotton is a very light material. So it needs to be something sturdier. So you might say, well, glass is pretty sturdy. But which of these answers is the most sturdy? The strongest of those is going to be the concrete. And then what you'll do is you'll click on concrete and then move on. Here we have a picture of this bridge, and this bridge is made of concrete. And then we had other, what's it called? We had that question about what could happen if you made a raincoat out of cotton. And then you guys we discussed that the raincoat would soak up, the cotton would soak up all of the rain, and so it wouldn't keep you very dry. So why don't we have a question about the raincoats? So the material of a raincoat keeps you dry. I like that. So let's go ahead and let's create the next question. The next question is going to be, what type of raincoat material would keep you dry and would be flexible enough to wear? So we just talked right now that cotton would not be a good material. The reason why cotton is not a good material is because it would soak everything up. Okay, we did talk about plastic, and plastic, even though some plastics are sturdy, you can actually create very thin plastic. Like think of like a plastic bag, like when you go to the grocery store, those are very thin plastics. You also have like plastics like on like toys that you have, or what else could be made out of plastic? Maybe you have some furniture in your house that might be made of plastic. Maybe some of your utensils or your plates are made out of plastic. So some of those can be a little thicker and they're more sturdy, and so they would be uncomfortable to wear, but you can actually create plastic that is very flexible, so it's comfortable for you to put on, and it's also going to make it so that the rain doesn't soak up into your skin. So that's why plastic would be the best answer. But let's put in some other answers that would not be good. Let's see, wool. Wool is a little bit warmer and thicker than cotton, but that would still not be a good material because it would soak up all that water. And then the last one let's pick is wood. Now wood, there are certain woods that are very good at keeping like the rain off of things. That's why some houses are built from wood. But it's not going to be something very comfortable for you to wear because it would be too sturdy. It wouldn't be flexible enough. And it would just be, and so our best answer would be the plastic. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a question that's true, false, and the answer is going to be false. So all parts of a chair or of a couch, let's do it couch, of a couch must be soft. Now, that is going to be false. There are certain I guess you wouldn't call them couches. They would be more like bean bags, but there are certain chairs that are completely soft all around, but most couches are going to be having hard parts in them. And let me show you what I mean. So here's a picture of a couch, right? Now, down here, the base of this couch is actually very sturdy. So you see this brown wood here? That is what the base of this couch is. So if you have a couch at home, you'll notice that there's probably going to be this base, this bottom part, and then even like the arms of the couch. Those parts are usually hard so that it keeps the couch from like getting all disformed and mushy everywhere. It keeps it in that nice shape. But these cushions right here are going to be soft. And the reason why is so that people can sit on them and that they're comfortable to sit on, maybe even lay on. Maybe you might even have people sleep over there. You'll also notice that the legs of the couch have to be sturdy. And the reason why we want certain portions of the furniture to be sturdy is so that that's strong enough to hold heavy objects, hold a lot of different family members. Like, so if maybe your mom sits here, you sit here, your dad sits here, your brother or sister, maybe your dog is on there, so that it can hold all of your weight. This couch needs to be strong and sturdy so people can sit and lay on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write all parts of a couch must be soft. No, a lot of the parts do need to be sturdy so that people can sit on them. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to save this test and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to assign it to you guys right now. All right, so your test is now assigned in McGraw-Hill. All you're going to do is you're going to click on that home page, your dashboard, and then your color will be different. And then in the middle, it'll say like, let's start it or let's go or get started or something like that or take now. So here are your assignments for today again. All right, guys, so pay attention. You are going to finish and turn in any incomplete assignments. Check Google Classroom. If you have any missing assignments, they will be here. There are some of you guys who have missing assignments just from today. So make sure your grammar test was done from yesterday and then work on your writing test. If you can, try and get your writing tests completed by today. If not, I will be giving you guys tomorrow to do it. Then we'll have, you have your math, which we just went over in this video. We did not go over your reteaching and your practice because it was very similar to yesterday's lesson. So if you need more support, you can rewatch yesterday's math. For 12 o'clock, all students are going to be working on read theory. After you do 10 minutes of read theory, then you can do any of the online resources. I recommend Typing Club because it seems like a lot of you guys are having trouble with putting your writing that you did on paper into your computer. So I recommend getting better at your typing, especially since you guys are in this independent study program. A lot of things are going to need to require you guys to know how to type. So I recommend typing. And then also after that, I would recommend the reading. A lot of you guys are actually doing really great in math and I'm super proud of you. So if you want to keep working on math, like those other websites that you guys like for math, that's fine. But I feel like reading is more something that you guys can always improve on right now. So you can do Epic. If you go to Renaissance, the STAR testing area, there's a MyOn in there. It says MYON, and they have a lot of reading that you can do. Epic is super fun because there's comic books, there's videos you guys can watch. So I recommend that. And then you guys do get a screen break. And then at 12:45, you aren't coming back. We're not coming back because I just did the review with you guys right now. So if you need to review more before you take your quiz, you can watch yesterday's science video. So we're not going to return at 12:45. And then at 1:45 to 2:07, you guys are working on your one activity for the week. If you've already done it, then don't worry about it. You just make sure you get it done by tomorrow. And then everyone should be reading a book for at least 20 minutes. If you don't have any books at home for you to read, you can always read a book online. If you are having trouble reading your books, you can always find a book either on Epic or on YouTube, and then you can read those books or have the person online read the book to you, and then you can listen in. All right, guys, so those are your assignments for today.